We're going to the beach!
Hey y'all, we are Get Lost with the Abrahams, and today we are going to go to Alexandria. So we live in the New Cairo area, so it takes us about 3 hours. We had to do a couple pit stops for the kids so they could go to the bathroom. We got drinks, and they were so excited to go to the beach. Look how cute everybody is. It was a really enjoyable drive. There was a couple stops along, and we had to stop and pay some tolls, but it was really cool to see like the farmlands and the palm trees, and it was such a beautiful scenery to kind of get out of the big city. And then we got ourselves into Alexandria, and it's such a different vibe than Cairo. It has these cool taxis and all this historical buildings, and you can smell the salty water everywhere, and it was just an incredible vibe. I just loved it, and look how cool those taxis are. So anyway, we're gonna go ride the double-decker bus. So we are driving through their like oceanfront area where all the cool restaurants and shops and hotels are. So we drive, and we're gonna go find where you get on the double-decker bus. So it has everything that you see around Cairo, plus some cool areas. It has where you can rent beach chairs and have coffee and do all kinds of cool beachy type things. Very, very crowded. When we went there, it wasn't that bad, but when we left around 5 o'clock or so, it was pretty crowded. Like, that street would be just wild. Look how crazy these streets are. So it has like little light posts. It has little piers that you can go out and see the ocean. Some of them have restaurants on the ocean side. Some of them have it on the non-ocean side. Look at that. Everyone driving crazy. It's just like Cairo. Lots and lots of people. But very cool vibes. So they have everything too. They have like the Hilton, and they had the Four Seasons and the Sheraton, and all the fancy schmancy hotels that you would have all over any major touristy city. So there we are. We're on the double-decker bus. So this ride takes you from one end of like where the ocean is all the way to the other side, there and back. It had fantastic music. And it was actually kind of chilly that day. It had a slight chill in the air. I believe it was like 77 degrees or so. But yeah, it was so stinking beautiful. Mr. Levi had fallen asleep the moment we got on the bus. I actually gave him one of Connor's shirts, wrapped him up because he was pretty cold. But the music was great. We got to sit all the way on the front, on the top of the bus. And I believe it was really cheap. I can't remember how many pounds it was to go there and back. You pay one amount to go all the way to the end by the castle, and another amount to come all the way back. And we did there and back. And like the vibes of this place were just so incredible. I really, really enjoyed it. They're doing some new construction. They're trying to make the place look super nice and then upscale. You can tell that they're putting some money into it and trying to make it look better and appeal to more tourists. But the water was so clear and blue and turquoise, and there's something about the ocean that is just so incredible that just makes me so happy. If you don't know, Behet and I are originally from Florida, so there's something about the beach that just makes us both incredibly happy. But yeah, Mr. Connor had the best time. They had the greatest music on here. Like, the music was the best. We're all dancing and clapping, and this is right before Levi had fallen asleep. And yeah, it was perfect. I think it was like 77. We're being silly. We're having fun. Everyone was pretty tired, but we just made the best time out of it. Really, really enjoyed. See, there wasn't that many people on there. There was maybe like 5 or 6 that kept picking up people throughout the ride, but it never got terribly crowded or anything. And it moved pretty fast and efficient. Like, to drive that double-decker bus up these tiny streets, and you know how like the traffic in Egypt is just wild. Like, they do it like nothing. Like, props to them. They're great drivers. But yeah. So here it is. You can see that they have the work. So see, it's got like the cool restaurants you could eat next to the water. This one's called like something cafe, and like they even have like little spots you can stick your toes in the sand. They had guys like selling like cotton candy, and of course your corn and all the silly stuff that they sell. I believe they were selling sunglasses and hats and flip-flops and all the certain things that you could buy in a very touristy beachy town. See, it's got the cute boats. that has the docks that you can walk out to. You could have so many different kinds of days when you come to Alexandria. Yeah, there he is. He's telling you, this place is so cool. It was really nice to get out and see different parts of Egypt. But yeah, I really loved Alexandria. We need to come back. Like, I feel like we got to see some, but not enough for sure. But we were really enjoying yourself. Sorry, the audio was bad, and he's trying to tell you that it's 2 hours, 1 hour one way and 1 hour the other way. That's what he's trying to tell you right there. But yeah, our audio stunk because we forgot the little fuzzy thing on our microphone. We're learning. It's okay. But so here's some more construction. You see that they're investing some money in it. They also see when you're on the ride too, they have these things that look like jacks and the like big concrete blocks in the road or in the water to try to prevent, I guess, it floods or the waves get really bad in certain times of the year. But they're investing some money into the river, what do you call it, the ocean side of it. But yeah, it has like all these beautiful spots for pictures and just so many cool activities for kids to do, and everyone's out and about enjoying this beautiful waterfront area. Yep, and see, you can see some fancier hotels where it's like right up on the water. I believe it's like the Four Seasons or something like that. You could like literally rent a bungalow out there on the ocean in Alexandria. My nosy butt did look up the prices for those, and I believe they were going for about $1,000 a night USD. So it was very, very, very pricey. But like, you could stay at the Hilton or the Sheraton for about $100 or $200 a night. I did look that up. You don't have to stay at the Four Seasons in a bungalow, but wait, whatever fits your budget. Alexandria has everything that you could desire if you want to be budget friendly or you want to be bougie. But yeah, so it has this nice pier that you can walk around, stick your toes in the sand if you don't want to pay the premium to sit at the cafes or pay for chairs and such. And the certain little areas that they had paid for from different cafes and stuff. It looks like too they have some sort of like train or monorail system that goes underneath to do like some sort of public transportation. Egypt is actually surprisingly pretty good with their public transportation. You could take buses, you could take Ubers and motorcycles and buses and trains and all kinds of stuff. They offer all the things depending on your budget to do transportation throughout Alexandria. So, see, it has more little beach clubs, and I'm assuming that each of these different beach clubs offer something different vibes, different prices, different price points. You could have like coffee, tea, smoke your hookah. You could have a fancy seafood dinner, whatever kind of vibes you want. And there's so many varieties. Like, I think you could make a whole series out of trying each one of these places and spend a whole in-depth. See, they have some other buses that are double-decker buses that you can ride. And see, then it has other places that you can just sit on the pier and fish or whatever kind of vibe you're going for here. But yeah, it's just so incredible. The water is just so turquoisey. The waves were rough. Like, I don't think you could like go in the water here. It would be pretty hard unless you're a great swimmer. Woohoo! We're having fun. See, Levi had fallen asleep, but I put a t-shirt over him because it was kind of chilly. We were ready to go to the beach. But see, it has something called Luna Park. It has more restaurants and all kinds of different stuff that you can do throughout. Oh, and here's the big museum. This is the Alexandria, I believe it's the, oh my goodness, what's it called? It's a library. It's the biggest library or the oldest library in the world. We definitely have to come and check it out. It looks so incredible. It's definitely one of those things that you need to visit. You'll probably like spend all day there, but it looks really great. It has cafes and shops and all type of stuff that you can do outside when you're done. Definitely something that when we come again I would love to see. And it's right there in front of the water. So then you just see, though, you can do horse-drawn carriages throughout. Yep, that's another way you can go up and down the waterfront. Of course, you got your classic microbuses, and you got your horsies, and you can do really just kind of anything that you are desiring to do. See, someone's selling cotton candy, like it's very beachy, touristy stuff, and just so many cool things. So you see it here, there's like these little rocks, and you see all the cute lovebirds going out there taking photos, like, don't we look cute? But yeah, so there's different opportunities and different places you can see here. These places are obviously free and cool for photos as well. See people bringing out their lunches and chilling out there and taking photos. You could go fishing. You do see some stray dogs and cats out there. I'm assuming they're trying to fish as well. It's got some cool architecture. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but there's the Egyptian flag. It looks like a little seaport, maybe some restaurants and stuff. Yeah, we're pointing out the castle. You can see the castle out in the distance. It has all these cool kind of older boats and stuff that you can, I think you can rent, and maybe they go fishing in them as well. But yeah, you can see the castle off in the distance. We did not have enough time to go to the castle, but when we go to Alexandria again, we'll definitely go to the castle. The castle is something that we're definitely interested in going into. We just didn't have enough time because we promised the boys that we were going to take them to the beach. So that was like the 1 hour drive. So we're going to do the same exact drive, but on the other side. So it's going to stop a little bit. And everyone got off, stretched their legs, took a smoke break if you smoke, like, and then it was like maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and then we turned around and went right back the other way. So this is part of the castle. I'm assuming it has more like touristy stuff that you can do, pay for your entrance, look at some historical stuff. There's Levi sleeping, Connor's being silly as usual, and I was telling you that the vibes here were just awesome. And they were, the vibes were really cool. The bus had a great vibe. We were all just the music was great. So here we go. We're going to turn around and go right back the other way, which is cool. So like if you miss something, you can see it again. You can also see the stuff on the other side. Oh, more like the restaurants and cafes and stuff that you might have missed when you were looking at the waterway. Yep, there's your motorcycles and your your motorcycle stuff, and they're driving around town. Driving in Egypt is just wild. Driving these big buses in these tiny roads is wild to me. Yeah, and Alexandria has such an incredibly different vibe than Cairo. Like Cairo's like hustle and bustle and let's go. And I felt like Alexandria had the hustle bustle let's go, but it's more like we're at the beach, we're chilling. Like what do we need to rush for? But here we go. We'd be driving, we'd be jamming, we'd be vibing. It has like the, what's that, Barca. Like they have restaurants and stuff that we have in Cairo as well. And stuff that you would recognize. And there's some pretty parks. And just some cool stuff that you could do if you wanted to just walk up and down the street. They have different bus stops and stuff that you can pick up and see, and it was pretty like not as busy. When we left, these roads were like slammed. It took us a really long time to get out of here after we were done with the bus ride. We came at a good time, but left at a bad time. But yeah, you can see all these buildings too. Like they've definitely had some like damage from either storms or salt damage or some kind of just wear and tear from being like on the ocean front. But you can also tell that these buildings are just full of history as well. And I love like old historical buildings. Yep, everybody's waving and saying hey. Yep. And yeah, so this guy, most people are covering their cars, I'm assuming, because the weather here is bad and they don't want any type of salt damage or any damage to their car. But yeah, you just keep on driving. You see these big, long, beautiful palm trees, and people are stopping. Look at him, not hitting anybody. Good for him. But yeah, you see like people are covering their cars, and we have beautiful palm trees, and just the scenery is very beautiful. It kind of gives like the vibes of like 1950s or something, like old beach town. It's pretty cool. And we kept driving and driving. I got ice cream shops. They have shops that sell beach souvenirs. They have dogs, and see those black and white taxis everywhere. Just so cool. It's, you know, you're in Alexandria when you see the black and white taxis. That's what they're known for. Black and yellow. They're black and yellow. My bad. Black and yellow taxis are everywhere. They're right there too. And that's what they're known for, is the black and yellow taxis. Obviously, you can take your Ubers and stuff, but that's what they're known for. And all the buildings too, like, have different colors and different vibes, and looks like this one's under construction. They're definitely trying to fix it up and make it look nicer. There's some parts of it that are super nice and some parts that could use some fixing up, but they're working on it. And we're driving, and we're still continuing to drive down here. And you can still see the water on the other side is so beautiful too. So here's some more beautiful historical buildings over there. We're about to pass the library again, and it's cool too. Like, so this is, I think, like some sort of like government building. Very like cool looking, very historical looking. Has good vibes. Yep. And this guy's like pushing a cart in the middle of the road. No F's given. He's like, you going around me. But yeah, and here's that cool courtyard stuff that they had again, in the middle of the beach area as well. And we're driving, and there's all kinds of commotion going on the road, but this big bus doesn't care. He's the master of the road. And we driving. At this point, the boys were sleeping. I think Connor, it was just me and Connor were awake, and then Behat and then Ahmed, who drive us, was already sleeping. Everybody was super tired. But yeah, I was enjoying watching what was going on around us and seeing this new environment that is so cool and so full of history. Yes, people jaywalk here like crazy, and I don't know how more people don't get hit. But yeah, it's the wild. And we are still driving. So they're tearing down some buildings, probably going to build some fancy hotels and replace these old buildings. Yep. And we're still going. Some more cafes, some more restaurants. Stopping, we're gonna pick up some people. They're like, hey, wait for me. There's another little courtyard with beautiful statues in it. Probably historical. Probably has some sort of somebody famous. Looks like on top of that statue over there. And we're stopping and we're picking up some more people. And we're still continuing to drive on the opposite side of the road to go. More restaurants, more cafes. We be driving. Tell us, guys, in the comments what things do you like to do in Alexandria? What did we miss? What do we need to come back and see? Obviously, we need to go to the library. Obviously, we need to go to the castle. What else did we miss? What else is Alexandria known for? Obviously, it's known for seafood too. We need to try their seafood. We need to go to the library. I saw that they have an aquarium. I know the boys would be really interested in an aquarium. Is it worth going? Yeah, just let us know down in the comments. Yeah, and next time we'll try to do better audio so you can actually hear our voices and don't have to do voiceover as well. But we're learning. know, they have classic stuff like McDonald's and all that stuff, that American Conference stuff. They got Circle K, you know, all the things that you would see back in the United States as well. Got some buildings that look like they're going to be torn down, probably made to fancy hotels. And they had like a lot of like art on the buildings too, like on older buildings and stuff. I really like that. So here's again the library, and it looks like it's got some cute coffee shops, and a lot of people were going there. I'll have to see how much the tickets are, and we'll have to go back again. But yeah, that place looks so cool. I believe it's the oldest library in the world. I think I read that online. That's pretty insane. Gotta love Egypt and all its cool history. Yeah, it's got statues and all kinds of cool stuff. I'm pretty sure it's got some books that are older than the beginning of time. But yeah, there it is. It's a big building. Looks like 2 or 3 buildings full of history. And this cool little circle thingy-majigger, and this big glass pavilion to walk on as well. Looks really cool. All these glass windows in there too. I bet if you catch it at the right time, it's probably beautiful inside. And they're also doing, looks like, some renovation on the outside as well. And it curves. Boom. It's pretty cool. And oh, on the building too, it had like hieroglyphics on it as well. Boom, 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 boom. Chippy, chippy, choppa, choop, boom. I got a song stuck in my head. It's just so beautiful. I love the vibes that the ocean gives you. It always like calms the soul. Something about that water. Calm that soul down. Got some dirty buses around. You will notice that it's not as dusty as Cairo, but you still see some dirty buses and stuff. You got some souvenir shops, some coffee shops, some nut shops, some ice cream shops. All the shops that you would need. I think they have some little grocery shops, some fruit shops, some juice shops, all those kind of things. And we'd be driving, and we're about to be done with the double-decker bus. We're almost done. It was a really cool drive. I would highly recommend it. The review from the kids, well, one fell asleep, one said it was boring, but I still think he had fun. He was just excited to go to the beach. Said, we're going to the beach, and there we go. About 10 minutes away was this beach. We paid, I can't remember how much. We paid a few bucks to get in, and it got us chairs and a table, and it was just so much fun. The water was freezing, but Connor didn't care. Levi was a little bit unsure. We found kitties, so Levi was happy about it. And the vibes here too were cool. We made friends next to us. We got cupcakes. People were like having full-blown birthdays out there with, you know, full extravagant meals. But the beach was really good. It was, the sand had like a goldenness to it. It was really nice. It was soft. and I really, really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to go back there again. Maybe now in the summer when it's a little bit warmer. Connor had a blast. He kept messing with the sand, running in the water. Levi did too. He was having fun too. It took him a little bit to warm up to it because he was like, I think he'd only been to the beach like one other time, so it's still very new to him. Now Connor, on the other hand, been to the beach a bunch of times and super happy to be in the water. He was just over the moon. The beach was crowded, but everyone was respectful and nice, and it wasn't anything crazy. Boom! There's Mr. Connor running in the water. He's just having the time of his life. You remember when you were little and had the time of your life at the beach? I miss those good old days. But there he is. He's spinning, laughing. Bubba, look at me! Bubba, look at me! He's so cute. Yep. The water was freezing. I don't know how he was not freezing to death. But hey, if the kids are having fun, the kids are having fun. That's the whole point. We be running. Oh, and our neighbors gave us like a shovel thing. So then Levi was playing with the shovel thing, watching his brother be crazy, and he's like, I don't know, this sand is sticky, it's cold, I'm really not sure about this. But he definitely warmed up to it at the end. Yep. There we are, enjoying the beach. It was pretty windy too. I had to put my hair up, everything was blowing. I think it was, like I said, like 77 degrees or something like that. It was a little colder than I would like. But it was still a beautiful beach. It was really fun. It was a little bit cloudy or overcast. But yeah, it was good. It has to be so silly. But yeah, kids will be kids. Levi's like, I don't know about this. Can we leave, Mom? I'm hungry. There's Connor filling the water. He's so silly. And then we had to take his shirt off because it was like stuck to him. He's like, look at me, I'm all wet. Yep. So we took off his shirt so we could have more fun. There you go. Splish splash, I'm having a blast. Yep. Mr. Connor. He loves the beach. I do too. I grew up in a beach town, so the beaches make me happy. We're splishing, we're splashing, we're having a great time. I think we stayed at the beach like an hour and a half or so. That's kind of like, you know, good for the kids. They got their fun out, and then it was kind of getting a little too chilly, so we ended up going home after that. And plus everybody was starving at this point, because I think all we had in the morning was a couple pastries. He found some seashells. He was looking for crabs because we went to the beach in Florida and we found a bunch of crabs. There's no crabs at this beach. Sorry, Connor. But we did find kitty cats, so that's different. The cats were looking for some scraps and stuff. Yep, see, Levi got the shovel from our friends next door. He was trying to dig / eat the sand. But hey, when you're one, anything goes. And the brothers are playing. They're so cute. There's Mommy chasing all the boys. Like, what are you guys doing? I think we're building circles around each other and trying to build sand castles. It was fun. The water is so beautiful. Nice. And it was way calmer than when we were on the double-decker bus. This beach was way calmer than over there. They had waves, but nothing crazy. Yep, there I am chasing my little chickadees. Look at us go. We're so cute. And then, because the audio mixed up, he's like, we're telling you, alright, we're at the beach like an hour. This beach was awesome. We had fun. And now we're going to head home. And yeah, it was a really great time. And this little area too, they have like restaurants right up close. You could get ice cream, and it had shawarma, and you could buy toys and towels and really anything you needed right there. Yep, and then we're gonna go ahead and take our 3-hour drive back home. On the way home, we all passed out immediately after we got in the car, and it wasn't that bad of a ride home. Nothing crazy. But see, like I said, they sell, like, you can rent bikes, they have toys, they have ice cream, they have candy. They have floaties, like pretty much anything you need to have the perfect beach day. Yep. We did have to buy a towel. We forgot towels. And they were pricey, but nothing like, you know, too extravagant. When you go to those beach towns, then you forget stuff. And then they charge you, like, up the wazoo. But, yep. So they have, like, a variety of stuff. Souvenirs, ATVs, bubbles, sunglasses. There's some guy selling some sweets and that kind of stuff. Yep. We were walking back to the car. It was probably like a 10-minute walk or something. Nothing too bad. There's your ice cream. There's your pastry guy. Try to get you to buy his pastries. But yeah, has a little bit of everything. Good variety. Had coffee shops. I believe they had like jewelry and toys, and it's cute. I love little beach towns. They're just adorable. And it has like a little cush. You get your sodas, your snacks, anything you need, water, and so forth. Yep, there's your floaties. They're building some new stuff. It's in this like gated community, so you pay a small fee to get in the gated community, and then you pay a small fee to go to the beach. And that's it. Bye guys.